The iLLANOiZE app is available now on Apple and Google Play Store. Download the app, get the latest news, stream our podcasts, watch interviews, and listen to iLLANOiZE Radio live. Download the app right now.
This is iLLANOiZE Radio with Biko, iLLANOiZE Jones, and Pretty Riot. Going down right now.
Yo, Rick, you did it again, man.
Welcome back, everybody, to iLLANOiZE Radio. Again, for those that's listening on our app, things of that nature, shout out to you. For those that don't have the app, download that app right now. Search iLLANOiZE in Google or the App Store. For those that love to listen to our podcast, head over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of those things. Wherever you stream your podcast, we're there. So follow, subscribe. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button because, you know, that's where you get to see everything, the bloopers, and just see our personalities and things of that nature. Shout out to those 600 subscribers.
Shout out to all 600 of them subscribers, though.
That's hard work there, cuz.
I'm finna go listen to some L.A. Capone and some Rondo today.
Hey, that's the perfect way to start it, man. And as always, we bring you guys some of the illest guests from around the city and globe. And today we got B.K. CEO, founder of Loud and Color PR agency in the building.
What up? Finally, y'all motherfuckers got me in here.
Hey, we got you.
Finally.
Hey, you're live, baby. You're live. How you been feeling, man? How you been feeling?
Shout out to you, Biko, for reaching out to me to come pay y'all a visit. I appreciate it.
I mean, it's long.
It was only right,
though.
It was only right.
You've been doing you for a long time, baby girl.
Big facts.
Showing out here.
I'm trying.
You trying to do it at the same time.
You know, as the thing is that in my journey in being a publicist, I just still got to remain humble because I'm not at the level where I want to be at. I'm striving every day, but, you know, I appreciate, like, you know, Biko and iLLANOiZE Jones when he gets on my damn nerves. But, you know, y'all push me to be great. Like, just like the little, like, compliments I get, it goes a long way. So thank you.
It's the same in return, man. You've been a huge supporter since day one.
Of course.
You've always seen the great in us. I'll never forget when you came to iLLANOiZE Radio Live and gave us amazing feedback on the mic, man. Like, things like that means a lot.
Of course.
So it's honestly been long overdue. Cause you've been doing your thing for quite some. You've been doing your thing since I was doing Illport.
Yeah.
When I was an intern for J.R. Banks.
Right.
You feel me?
So we gotta look. What made you want to get into publish and PR, like PR work and all that?
Oh man, honestly, like, can y'all hear me? Like, I'm good.
I can hear you. We might have to adjust. Let's actually adjust mic some.
Like, bam.
Am I good?
Bam. Thank you, man. Watch your phone.
Okay.
You don't want to crush that. I mean,
Yeah,
do you
ain't
got
got
insurance on that thing?
We don't have insurance.
Exactly. You feel me? Hey, we try to make sure you're good.
All right, are we Gucci?
Oh yeah, we good.
Okay.
You see how she just hit that hotline voice though?
Her radio voice. She been waiting.
Well, you know what? I went to school for broadcast journalism, so I know a thing or two. You know what I'm saying? But no, to answer your question, honestly, PR was actually something that kind of just happened. Like, originally, I actually wanted to start managing artists before I even got into PR, but I'm just like, I'm such a good storyteller. I never wanted to, like, really tell stories, but I wanted to do it in a creative way. So I started interning my first internship was under my mentor now, Dionne Williams. I mentored under her, or I was under her as an intern, so I've done stuff with her like Jennifer Hudson, Aretha Franklin, rest in peace. She's done like a whole bunch of galas. So I've done like elite PR, but then I've done other work. Like, I've worked with underground artists. So I've ran King Louis' account. I've ran the Boy Illinois account. Shout out to Illy. I've worked with a whole bunch of artists. So after that, I spent like 2-3 years doing that. I'm just like, I want to do this shit on my own. Like, it's just time for me to just get out there and do it. So I pretty much was just pushed to do it. So I got out there. I started freelancing. I started off B.Kadijat, the brand. So my first client was Fees of Germ. Y'all actually interviewed him like a few years ago. Y'all, Fees Fees and John?
I actually interviewed
Yeah,
him.
Because
Illinois Jones interviewed him.
you see how I look like?
Yeah.
This was years ago. When I was at Windy City.
Yes, that's how long ago. So then after that, he was like my first artist that I did PR work for, and then after that it was just like a super drop. So I didn't do PR work for nobody for like a year and a half. So during that time frame of me actually doing PR work for him, my first event was A3C in like 2015. So
I remember that.
Yeah, so luckily, shout out to Shannon. He was literally like my saving grace. He trusted me to like run a whole media suite. So
wasn't it like for Urban
Fates?
Yeah.
Yep. So we went down to Atlanta. We hooked up with Jack Thriller. He was a host. I had KarenSilver.com, All Hip Hop, sponsored the event. I had every type of big name artist at that time. YP fell through, Illy fell through. It was at Stevie Williams' store, so we had like 50 media outlets come out. So like literally like after that event, like I never told anybody, but I cried because I never thought that I'd be able to do it independently. So after that, I turned around and I did South by Southwest in 2016. I actually had you like try to come down and be one of my media outlets. So
I'm sorry. I think at that time it was just. I think
y'all had just
busy.
started out, so you know what? It's timing is everything. So then Jack Thriller he hosted it again. We had 2 stages. I worked with a whole bunch of media outlets down in Austin, and just like everybody who just kind of came through. So I just kind of kept the momentum from there. So
I want to know. I want to take it back briefly. Where did you find this passion to, put yourself in a position in PR?
Storytelling. I went to school for broadcast journalism. I never really saw myself as an anchor. If I ever did anything on camera, it was to be like entertainment news. If I wasn't doing something like 106 Park, I didn't want to do it. So I just knew that, when I hear storytelling, and it kind of like ties into why I named my agency Loud and Color Agency, why I rebranded myself. I'll get to that in a second. Storytelling is like so important. I used to run my mouth in school. Like they called me Oprah because I always used to bump my gum so much in school. So storytelling was such a big thing. So if I can storytell around an artist, I think I'll be able to help them with their platform. So being able to help, having a passion for music has always been like my driving force above all. Being able to help guide these artists, because a lot of these artists don't know a damn thing about the actual music industry. So being able to formulate their story and construct their platform was what drive me to be so passionate about what I do today.
I really like that answer.
I know that
because like just because you just based that you said around storytelling, and it's true that each individual artist has a story to tell.
Absolutely.
And essentially that's what PR is, but I've never heard anybody put that in that light, so I gotta respect that. Like that was pretty dope.
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of people don't know, like Loud and Color Agency, I named it Loud and Color for 2 reasons.
Yeah, why did you do that?
Yeah, so the first reason was, okay, let me backtrack. So back in 2013, my ex was murdered. Yeah, so when him and I, we would beef like so much. Like him and I will like get into it, we fall out. He'll call me up randomly like 3 months later. So when he died, the night that I found out, in my dreams, like I was in an office, like literally, like it was like a whole bunch of colors, like neon colors. I'm talking about orange, yellow, bright, blinding colors. And I feel like I was having like a staff, like a staffing meeting or something. So I got a phone call, and it was him telling me like everything was gonna be like, he's straight, like don't worry about nothing. So, but the colors, like it stuck with me. It was like so bright, it was blinding. I'm just like, it's just so loud in here. So it kind of like, I was trying to formulate like, why is it so loud? And it's like loud in color. So to support that storytelling, I remember when Kanye interviewed, I think with Barbara Walters, like years ago when he was first starting out, how he said that, when he hears music, he sees colors. When I hear people telling a story, I see colors. So I never wanted to have like, how Swank may have purple, or you may see like Target have red and white. I didn't want to have that. Everybody's story is different. So every color is significant to somebody in some way. So that's why, like when you look at my logo, you see all the colors, in the color scheme. I wanted to keep that because your story is different from his story, and his story is different from your story. So I wanted to keep that. So Loud and Color Agency, means storytelling. Your story is going to be significant to somebody. I just want to be able to tell it in the best way.
I need to be on that.
Wow, like
I need to sign a contract right now.
You know what?
Sign a contract.
I need a color. I need a color.
Right.
You know what? Before we get into a music break, I want to ask you, when me and you talk, what color do you get from me?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Yeah, you gotta pick a color for all
What color
of.
did you get from me?
Oh,
Yeah.
what color I get from you?
Oh, you're black.
Dead.
Show ghetto ass.
Darkness.
Your story dark, boy. You got a dark. Ain't no lights in there. Ain't no lights in your color. Your color ain't got no lights in it. It's just dark.
Nah, honestly, to answer your question, I see green because I'll never forget. Like, I got stories for days. Like, Biko has been my man. You feel me? Like, Biko has been my man since Illport when he came and did the Stolly joint. Me and him had a whole meeting. Illinois Jones was there too. Me and Biko had a meeting. He was telling me how he wanted to do like a festival. I'm just like, gee, what's stopping you?
I remember that. Yeah, we was at
we went to like Starbucks or something, and we had like a whole like conversation. Like, gee, they could just go ahead and just do the shit. So I really just see green because it's just like green means go. You know what I'm saying? Green means growth. So shit, y'all going from that starting point from you doing Illport, not knowing like how Illinois is finna happen, from you having like a successful show that I actually did PR for, by the way, and from y'all like being consistent and having consecutive shows, and y'all having 600 subscribers. You got an app. Go.
Yeah, I hear that. Hey, I like that. Green mean go. Look, you know what? We finna get in there. Chief Wook. I ain't lying. Matter of fact, Jones, go ahead and introduce that joint, man.
Yo, right now, you're about to listen to the Ill Jam of the Week. My homie, a strong supporter of us, too, man. And big shouts out to him, Chief Wook. Well, I ain't lying. Ill Jam of the Week. Make sure y'all get that, got that, and cop that.
Make sure to check out the Ill List playlist, in which we provide you with the latest tracks we play live on our show. Head over to Spotify and search iLLANOiZE Radio to follow our playlist, as well as follow our podcast. Now let's get back to the show.
Thank you to everybody for tuning in to another episode of iLLANOiZE Radio. It's your girl, Pretty Riot. You know the voice. Shout out to Blue Vodka because it is dangerously good. And that Blue getting us right. It's getting us right on this lovely Saturday afternoon. I don't care where you're listening. I don't know if it's on Spotify. I don't know if you're on Apple Podcasts. I don't know if you're on SoundCloud. But make sure you hit that subscribe button. Shout out to those 600 subscribers on YouTube. Make sure you click the link in the bio, subscribe, and turn on that little notification bell so you are notified every time we post. And we are sitting here with the lovely BK.
What up? What up?
How you feeling, girl?
I'm chilling.
Okay, so we actually just finished listening to Fada Saturday Morning Cartoons, which is a super dope record. I love Fada. Like, I've known him for so long. So how did you guys meet up?
You know what? It's crazy. So my homie, shout out to Jay, Above Ave. He's a rapper. So he works with Fada's producer. So they had a conversation. He was just like, yeah, my homie, she do PR. I think she's dope. So I think y'all should link. So his producer, Keto, shout out to Keto.
Shout out to Keto.
Track Addicts. He hit me up one day and we had a conversation. He asked me to come to Complex, listen to his music. I didn't know who exactly I was meeting. I just know I was meeting the artist. They don't know that, but I just knew I was meeting the artist. So I got to the studio, met Fada, listened to his project, and I was just, I was taken back by like how dope his music was. I'm just like, yeah, I'm ready to work. So like literally like maybe like a month and a half later we signed and we've been working, going hard. So we coming up on our 1 year of working together.
Oh,
big
yeah.
shout out
to Fada.
You actually introduced us to Fada. Yeah, you definitely, as soon as you guys linked up, you sent them straight over here to iLLANOiZE Radio. We like to check them out first.
Right.
We like quality, and,
of course.
And Fada is I love his work.
Yeah,
his
I
attitude,
don't believe
personality.
I don't believe in presenting garbage. I don't want to work with garbage. So.
Well, thank you.
For
having a standard.
Oh,
of
course.
I mean,
speak on what is garbage to BK.
Yeah, let's talk about what you think is garbage, because I have a definition of garbage and it may be different from your definition.
So it's levels to this.
Okay, so it's like levels. The bottom of the trash.
Yeah.
Okay. We here.
So I feel like it's a difference between needing polishing and you just being garbage. Needing polishing is just like, I see the potential. You got, your cadence, you got bars, but you're just not polished. Being garbage is like your arrogance. You don't got no bars. Your presentation, your production, your business is all out of order. I don't want to. I refuse to work with someone who don't got they stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, I'm listening to you. I'm like, it's outside of just the talent. You just the whole around.
The whole packaging. When I met Fada, they were in Compass, so he was working. I need to see you working. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't tell me that you a rapper. Okay, who have you worked with? What music have you done? How often are you in the studio? If you can't give me consistent answers, I don't think I'm for you. Like, that's just where I'm at because I'm passionate about what I do. My time is valuable. My last name means time is money. So I don't waste no time. Like, if your packaging is all wrong, it's either going to be one of two things. You either going to listen to me and we going to work this thing out, or you try to use the whole approach of like, okay, so this finna be the move and you finna get me on Complex, you finna get me on the Source. No.
I mean, I want to talk more about that mentality. Like, how do you go around that mentality of an artist when they asking for certain connections right off jump?
That means that you're not willing to take the time to build. And I'm not for you. It's just that simple. Like, PR, let me make this very clear to everybody who's listening to this. PR work is not microwavable type shit. You're not finna get on in 30 seconds. If your project is not hot, you're not finna take off when you sign on or when you pay a public. It's just not finna happen. You're not gonna see real results for at least 6 months to a year. Fada, luckily, not luckily, because I think he just has a natural born talent. And I'm not saying that because he's my client. I'm saying that because he genuinely has talent. Luckily, he started to get like traction as soon as he signed with me. But with him, he's a one-off. Other artists, it takes at least about 3 to 6 months just for someone to even be interested in their music, for them to even book them for an interview, because you got other artists that you in competition with. And then let's not talk about the video quality. If your video quality is not on, I'm finna piss off everybody, okay? Look. If your video quality is not on point, you're not gonna get the traction that you want. So you have to be willing to make sure that make sure your house is in order. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Branding. From your music, fuck the branding. Talk about the business. I am sick of you artists getting out here in these studios doing records with your homies, but the business is not together.
It's a lot of that.
I had an artist come at me talking about something. Yeah, G. So listen, this finna be the move, right? So I got this record with such and such artists, but you know what I'm saying? I need you to go ahead and push the record. Okay, bet. Y'all got the split sheets together? Ooh, what's a split sheet? Go figure that out first. Any artist who don't know what a split sheet is, you should not be rapping.
But even besides that, you got artists that don't know what registration is.
Oh, let's not even talk about registration. If you don't want ASCAP or BMI, we don't need to talk. Do your homework first. And the thing also, it's like, I get frustrated with artists because it's like they want to jump out and they want to build a team. Team building in the music industry is organic. If you've been doing the footwork on your own, management is going to find you. PR is going to find you. The right producers are going to find you. You know what I'm saying? The right booking agents are going to find you. You just got to be putting the work in. It's like they say, okay, they wake up one day. I don't know, like, why people think that rapping is just supposed to get them out the hood. No. It takes a lot of talent. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of grind. It takes a lot of passion. So if you don't have all of those things, but you're just looking at the end goal, which is a check, you in this shit for the wrong reasons. I don't want to work with you. I look at Fada and I literally thank God for Fada. Like, and don't get me wrong, I've worked with some amazing artists. Weasel was actually the artist who pushed me to become better.
Big shout out to Weasel Sims.
Big shout out to Weasel Sims and Jay Hayes. They both held me accountable, during the time period before I even met Fada, to really push myself. And I've actually had to learn it. And also, big shout out to Isaac Williams, my business partner.
That's my dude.
He has literally been the backbone of Loud and Color Agency. He could not be here, but he's literally been the backbone of literally making sure that, artist relations is in place in regards to administration, making sure that people's paperwork is in place. So all those things, the business, if it's not in order and your talent is not there, I don't want to waste my time. And I don't want to waste your time thinking that I'm going to do all of these things for you. And if you're looking for getting onto the Source, getting onto Complex, getting onto hip-hop since 1987, yes, I have those contacts. So I give them to you. No, you're not ready for them.
You know what? Period. I'm happy you're mentioning this because we're in a time now where people are saying you don't need blogs, blah, 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 blah. How do you feel about the blog era in this generation?
I don't feel like it's the end all be all anymore. Is it helpful? Yes. Is it the end all be all? No. I feel that what's important is fan engagement. And stop playing with numbers. Like, stop. I know it's artists out there that play with the algorithm. Yeah, that has these robots behind, their streams. That's cute. But if you have all of these numbers and I see that your fan base is still piss poor, I'm not dumb. I'm not going to work with you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about organic growth. If I see that you are an artist who has amazing music, but you can at least bring out at least 50 to 100 people versus someone who makes somewhat okay music and you can, bring out 1,000 people, I'm not going to want to work with the people who work 1,000 people because they may not be there for you all the way. They may be there they knew somebody who asked them to come out. Mm-hmm. No, I'm looking for quality music. I feel like quality music is lacking right now. You know what I'm saying?
So that's pretty, I wouldn't say, so that's, I guess, your opinion on how do you view Chicago industry right now?
It's fucked up.
Speak on
there
it.
Goes.
It's a mess. I feel like we live in a very political, clout chasing industry. If I'm not a certain person or I'm not connected to a certain person, people are not going to want to do work with me. And I think that's very messed up. Like, I feel like a lot of opportunities was denied to me because I wasn't a particular person or I wasn't around a certain circle of people. Fuck all of that. Can the business get done? Yep. Can you run an event successfully? Can you be professionals with the talent that's coming in through your event? Can you do that? I haven't been able to do that. If you're a person who possibly gets into it with people at events, but you steady keep hiring them, but you're wondering why your events be messed up, you got to reevaluate the people that you're hiring. You know what I'm saying? Versus someone who like me, who's hungry for it, who's passionate for it, who's someone who would really rock out with an artist who has 500 followers, but I feel like they're great. But you deny me the opportunity to really do something on a major platform. So I got to go to another city to get the recognition. That's how I was able to get the recognition. That I'm really out here trying to do PR work. It took me to go to Atlanta to do an event, to have KarenCivil.com, to have AllHipHop.com, to have The Source come out, to do it at Stevie Williams' store for me to get the recognition that, damn, she really out here. She really trying to grind. It took for somebody else from another city to see that. Mm-hmm. With people in my own city won't even see that I'm really trying to bust moves. Work with me. Man, you know what I'm saying?
You preaching, girl. You preach to the choir because it's like they're not the only creative that deal with that. It's so many creatives that are as talented as you, us, and they just talented, but they're always overlooked due to what you just said. People clout chasing, or they see something from somebody that's being shown on the internet as an illusion. They see these illusions and they follow suit instead of actually trying to work with the people that's really trying to put that footwork in with them. I feel you on that.
So I have a question. So what do you feel about, or what do you consider breaking an artist? Because I feel that term being thrown around loosely these days.
It's very loosely thrown.
And a lot of people talking about, who broke this artist and this and that. Like, what is breaking an artist to you?
Well, I'm not an A&R, and
right.
That's an A&R responsibility.
Right.
As a publicist, it's my job to be able to bring publicity to an artist that is doing amazing work. So someone like Fada, I felt like with him, and I'm just gonna put it out there, I actually manage Fada now. When I first presented Fada, I felt like he had quality music, and I needed the masses to see that. I needed Chicago first to see that. So that's why I presented Fada to iLLANOiZE Radio. That's why I presented Fada to Illinois Jones. That's why I presented him to The Source. That's why I presented him to a lot of people within Chicago. And even just outside of that, like, forget like the media side. What about these producers? Because these producers are actually the ones who are actually the driving force for these artists. They're the ones who can be able to construct, the records.
To throw a name out there. Look at what D. Brooks is doing for the city now. Yeah. He came to us a little while ago, and he was like, he was in L.A. and he was breaking other artists not from Chicago, and it didn't sit well with him. He's back in Chicago now doing what he needs to do. So that's true producers. They got that that grit and grind to get you out there.
Publicists are supposed to be the dot connector. So in order to really break an artist, you have to be able to align them with the right people. I just don't want to align my artist or any other artist, like whether my past, present, or future, with a piss poor producer. If I feel like a producer, like, I'm going to put a name out there, like a Law Beats or a Mike Jacks or whomever track addicts, like if they have to be in alignment. Like if y'all go in the right direction, I need my artists to be going along that direction as well. So if I get someone who, such as a Mike Jacks, who works with a G Herbo or a Lil Durk or whomever, and he has placements, I want my artists to work with him. So that way they'll be able to get the recognition that, hey, this particular artist I've worked with, this caliber has worked with my artist. That's how you break them. Now, A&R, what you do with that?
That's you.
Right.
That's a whole nother field.
That's a whole nother, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm tired of some of these people using the whole A&R term when y'all not signing, A&Rs. Y'all not getting these artists signed.
Hey.
And let's be clear, some of these A&Rs are low-key promoters.
That's all they are.
Like, let's be real. Like,
I saw so much going on that tweet with about A&Rs recently, man. Look, it's that deep. It's that deep.
You know? Sorry.
But I saw so much going on with that. But we are running short on time, so I want to ask you our ill talk of today.
Okay.
So our ill talk was, how will Complex Con Chicago impact the city?
I think Complex Con is going to shed a positive light on the city. I think we need this type of recognition. I think it's time. I just don't know what the outcome of it is going to be, because I was looking to see more Chicago talent on the roster, and I see, a Taylor Bennett. I believe he's performing, right?
Yeah,
that's
Juice WRLD.
Yeah, okay, so
Toby Lou, Lucky. A few acts, a few.
I feel like y'all could have really got in y'all bag and really pulled. I would almost actually appreciate seeing somebody like a King Louis performing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because he really did put on for the city.
That's Chicago culture.
Right. That's
true.
that will bring back the whole drill movement, because that's what really, I feel like, really just took off a whole nother genre of hip hop was drill. So I wish they would have gave somebody like a King Louis that platform. I mean, I feel like it's great for the culture. I feel like it's just going to do what Lala does, bring people to Chicago. Yeah. But I would want to see more. I would want to see some of the tastemakers being tapped on the shoulder. I would love to see Merc doing something, with them. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see. I mean, I know John has always been in his bag. I think I would just want to see more real tastemakers, the ones that's
making things shake and move.
Who's actually on the grind here, being more involved. But where's the bridging? Even Hustle Simmons, I don't even think Hustle Simmons is really doing.
I didn't see him on there neither.
You know what I'm saying? He's a tastemaker too. Granted, he
got it for years,
right? Mm-hmm. And I know he has a connection with them, but I just feel like they're bringing it to Chicago, but they're not bridging the relationship. That's why I feel like it's lacking. So it's I'm going. I definitely want to see. I'm finna poke my nose and everything. I got to, but I just want to see how are y'all gonna bridge it? Yeah. So that's just my thing.
Love it. Because we had that was our discussion earlier. And you said what I was trying to say.
Yeah. Before Pretty Riot cut you off, and cut you out.
She was like, hold on right there.
He cut you off right there.
I didn't cut you out. I just counteracted you.
Hold on right there. Pause. But let the people know where they can get in tune with you. Again, let people know where they can follow you on, where they can follow Loud in Color, how to get in contact with you, all of those things.
All right. So you can follow me. My personal page is B_Kadijat. That's B_KADIJAT. On Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Loud in Color Agency, IG Loud in Color Agency on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to email me, my email is in the bio. Do I answer DMs? Yes. Please use some etiquette when emailing me. I've had to ignore a few people, so if you'd like to email me about business or consultations, please feel free to email me at hello@loudincolораgency.com.